Y'all, have you ever had FOMO? That means fear of missing out. And have you missed something? You're like, man, I hate I missed that. Look, if that's you, you're going to want to see this video as we plant the fall crops, but you want to see the special announcement about the Greenstalk warehouse sale. Let's watch. Hey, everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you are here. Thank you for meeting me in my backyard. Today, y'all, we're going to do some more fall crop planting because we just couldn't get it done all in one day, and it's probably still not going to get all done. Well, I know it's not going to get all done today because we got a lot of things to cover when it comes to the fall garden. But if you're new here, I'm glad that you stopped by. My name is Barbara. I live in Tennessee, which is in zone 7B. And y'all, we are at the first part of October, and we are really, like, for real transition. I know I say that we have been sitting for a month, but y'all, the transition, you know, is more than one day. It is a transition. But really, y'all, this month is when it all ends in terms of the summer garden. So we have estimated 3 more weeks before our estimated first frost date. It's supposed to be around October the 19th. As you know, that is an estimate. And so we still have some summer things still putting out the hits, y'all. But we really are focused on the fall. So we have 3 main spaces here on our property. We have my backyard garden, which is where my garden started. I have 5 raised beds back here. And then I have 5, soon to be 6 green stalks back here. And then we also have a high tunnel that is 30 by 96 where we have in-ground planting, and then we also have raised beds in there, and then we have a complete separate outside garden that's 4,000 square feet. So we are gardening in all the places. Now, when it comes to the fall, we primarily only garden in our high tunnel. So the summer garden or the outside garden is just strictly for the summer. We don't do anything out there, with the exception of I do have an elevated raised bed out there that we are testing out this fall, and we put some beets and radishes in there, and then we're overwintering some snapdragons. But large in part, that space will be empty after the first frost. Right now, that space is still doing its thing, and I'm gonna let it do its thing until it can't do it anymore. But in the hot tunnel, we are I would say about 60% fall, 40% summer. We still have some stuff hanging on in there on purpose, like our peppers, jalapeno peppers, because we sell jalapeno salt, which if you don't have some, you need to get some. I'll put a picture up here for the jalapeno salt. We make that in-house for my own jalapenos all over our farm, in our backyard, in our hot tunnel, everything, everywhere that we grow them. We use the jalapenos from our farm. So we're letting those hang on because that's a product that we sell. So we will let them go until they cannot go anymore. And then I still have bell peppers and cayenne and things like that. But primarily, we are doing the fall. Now, in my backyard space, again, I'm still in the summer stuff hangout. We have sweet potatoes and potatoes out here that we're going to harvest in the next couple of weeks before the first frost. But until then, I'm letting them get big, do their thing, and all of that. But today I want to talk about the green stalks. We are going to plant some more stuff out in our green stalk. And then also we're going to take some stuff down and plant more stuff in the high tunnel. But I got to tell you about this green stalk sale, y'all. Greenstalk is having one of the biggest sales. It's called a warehouse sale. Now, if you're not familiar with Greenstalk, it is a vertical gardening system. That's what you see behind me. So you can see that I have 5 there. I have the lemon, the cherry blossom, the lilac, the blackberry, and the evergreen. So 5 different colors. For the warehouse sale, they are bringing back every color they have ever done. Every color. I think it's 14 colors, if I'm not mistaken. So if for some reason you came new to Greenstalk after they had already done a color and did away with it, or didn't bring it out anymore, or maybe you saw one that you wanted, you didn't have the funds to get it, or you couldn't get it at that time, this is the time to get it. They're having a huge sale on every single color. Some colors are literally up to 60% off. Now, here is the thing. There are also 5 colors that are permanently retiring, okay? The cherry blossom which is this 3-tier right here, is permanently retiring. Now, it just came out a couple of years ago for the spring. It is permanently retiring. The chocolate brown, which was my very first Greenstalk, I actually gifted that one to a friend. It is retiring. The peppercorn, the beautiful black, and then I think it's the luscious green, which is a lighter, like a mint green. I think those are the 5 that are retiring. That means that if you don't get it on this sale, you're not going to be able to ever get it again. So if you want that color for your aesthetic or something like that, this is the time to get it and grab the stuff. Now, every color has a varying amount of sale price. Like I said, it starts with 20% off, all the way up to 60% off. The sale runs for, I think, a couple of weeks, but if I were you, if there is a color that you want, I definitely would not wait until the last minute. They have a set amount of, especially the colors that are retiring. If you know that you want one of those colors, you need to run, not walk, and go get that. Now, use my code, LFF10. That's going to get you an extra $10 off. An extra $10 off on top of the sale. One of the biggest sales. The Mother's Day sale is usually the biggest one. I think this one is going to surpass the Mother's Day sale. So, use my code, LFF10. But let's go over here and look at our green stalks. Let's see how they're doing. I've already started to plant some fall stuff out, but we have some more that we need to plant out. So let's decide where it's going to go and what we're going to do. Okay, y'all, before we go up to the green stalks and plant, I got to show you my new green stalk color. I told you I have 6. You only see 5, but a new one is coming. Let me show you. Are you ready? Are you ready? Boop, 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 boop. Y'all, look at it. Damn. This, y'all, I'm so glad to have this color. This color came out, this is razzleberry. This color came out, I want to say last fall. And I was on the fence, off the fence, and decided not to get it. And as soon as it went off and it went away, I'm like, oh, I should have got that. And I've been on green. I'm like, y'all gonna re-rate that color? When you gonna re-rate that color? It is back for the warehouse sale. It is 20% off. Look at this beauty. She is gorge, okay? Yes, she is. Where we gonna put her, y'all? Look. Okay, let's go over here, y'all. Let's go over here. Let's see. Okay, so, I mean, we got the blackberry action going on. Let's see how she look, but I really don't want to move everything. I really just want to put her on the end. But look at that right there. That is beautiful. It can be by the lilac, but I really like it by that blackberry. Let's look at evergreen. What y'all think? And again, y'all, I keep saying I'm going to put one down at the outside garden or at the greenhouse. I haven't done it yet. Like, that could go in between those two. Okay, let's come down here. The cherry blossom, the lemon. Because y'all know if I put her up here, I'm going to have to move everything down. I don't know, y'all. But we're not going to set her up today because a couple of reasons. The paver that I did buy to put it on is in my husband's truck, and that truck is not here, so we can't set her up. Number 2, I'm out of soil, so we can't set her up. Number 3, if I set her up, I'm gonna be trying to plant her, and y'all, I don't even plant green stalks for the fall. I said I was gonna plant 2, but then if I do this, then it's gonna make me plant 3 or 6. Y'all, I ain't got time. I cannot do it. I am literally, y'all, I was out of town last week. I'll leave again tomorrow morning for the rest of the week, so I need to go somewhere and sit down and do the things that have to be done, which is I'm trying to get more of these fall crops out that really need to go in the ground. So this is my new color. I don't know where she's going to go yet. We will definitely have her for the spring. Put your vote down below if you think I should put it in the outside garden, greenhouse, put her up here, where up here. I really like her by this blackberry and this lilac. What y'all think? Take one of these and put them down there. I don't know. But that's okay. But this is an example of, look, do not miss out on this sale. If there is a color that you want, there's 14 colors. So if you're new to the greenhouse train and you're like, I didn't even know they had made that many colors, go to the website, use my code LFF10. Now, y'all, let's plant this stuff out. Y'all, I gotta focus because I gotta go out of town and I still have 5 trays left of fall crops that need to go out. They're not going to all get out today. I am piecemealing it the best I can, and sometimes it's like that. Let me show you the tray that I brought out here that we're going to plant some of the things. So I normally do not plant out my green stalks for the fall and winter. I have not done that in the past 2 to 3 years, but for whatever reason, I got an inkling that I wanted to do that this year. I wanted to be able to come out of my kitchen door and then just come and grab something that I need, that I don't have to walk all the way down to the tunnel to get, especially when it's going to be cold or, you know, just dreary and, you know, it gets dark at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, I don't want to have to do that. I want to just come out my backyard, grab me some lettuce, grab me some herbs, and go on back in the house. And so this is going to be perfect for that concept because my green stalks are right out here by my kitchen. Okay. And so I decided to plant out 2 of my green stalks, the evergreen and then the blackberry. I already have some stuff in there that I've been putting in there, and I would say this one is probably 50% of the way full. Some stuff is a carryover from summer, which is basil. Like, of course, that was not going to last, but I just still have it there. This flower is probably not going to last, but everything else pretty much that I've started to plant out, lettuce, kale, calendula, all of that stuff, as you can see, will be just fine. I have some alyssum here, like for flowers and for beauty. I have oregano, that's going to be fine. And then in this one, same thing, parsley, lettuce, kale, calendula, some spinach. I'm testing out bok choy. I'm testing out some bok choy. I've never grown bok choy in the green stalk, but it says that it can. It says that it can grow in the leaf because it has a short root system, but this is actually the original. But I have some more bok choy that I bought out here to try. So let me grab the tray of stuff that we have and let's get to planting. So you can see my tray of lettuce. You can see that it is definitely ready to be planted. This is the lettuce that we planted out, not that we planted out, that we up potted a couple of weeks ago together. So once you give the lettuce and things more space, you can see that it really takes off. But I'm going to start planting between the evergreen and the bok choy. So the evergreen is the original 5-tier, and so the pockets are deeper. They're like 10 inches deep, versus the leaf, which is the blackberry beside it, is a 7-tier, and the pockets are 7 inches deep. So you want to use the leaf, that one, that right there, that has something with a shallow root system. So it's perfect for like leafy greens, lettuce, spinach, kale, things like that. Versus in the green one, the original, you can plant stuff that has more of a bigger root system. But whatever you can plant in the leaf in the smaller pockets, you obviously can plant in the original with the bigger pockets. So I'm just kind of going back and forth in between and kind of filling up the empty pockets. Like I said, I had already started planting some fall crops out here. They're just now starting to kind of take off and peek through. And so my goal is to get the blackberry one fully planted out and then on to the evergreen. So I'm just looking to see where I have empty pockets and putting some stuff in there. Now for the blackberry is the latest green stalk that I set up, so it has all new soil. This is the first time it's being planted out. The evergreen, I planted in it before, but what I did do was I added a layer of compost just so that it would have some kind of new nutrients and stuff since we're planting it out for the fall. Okay, y'all, I got it done. I still have lettuce left over, which is fine. And so I'm going to go down to the high tunnel now and go plant what I can. I think I got like 30 minutes. Let's see what we can plant down there. I'll show you what's already been planted, what you've missed. And then, like I said, once I get everything planted out there, if I have stuff left over, then I will come and put in the green stalk. Also, I'm thinking about adding in one more green stalk planted and doing some beets and radishes just so that they don't have to take up space in my high tunnel. And because I want to try it, and it'll be a good experiment and a way for me to get it if I can without using my space in my high tunnel in case I'm out of space. But right now I still got space, so we'll see what happens. But let's go down to the high tunnel and see what we can plant out there. Okay, y'all, we are down at the tunnel. Let me first show you what has been done since the last time you and I were together out here planting the fall crops. So when we left off, I think I had planted 1.5 beds, and we had put compost in 3 out of the 6 beds. Well, we now have compost and 5 out of the 6 beds we run out of compost. So this last bed here is the only one that does not have compost and has not been, no, we did amend it. We didn't put compost in it. But let me take you off the tripod and I'll show you around. So this is the only bed that has not been planted for fall. We did clear it out even more. And so the only thing that's left in here are 2 jalapeno plants. And that's going to eventually leave. I cut back the lavender. The lavender will stay. We cut and harvested rosemary. It's going to stay. And then that echinacea is trying to come back. I am going to let it stay. But then we'll have all of this space here to plant. And this will open up a lot once we take the jalapeno peppers out. But we ran out of compost, so we got to do this bed. But every other bed is done. So I planted out this bed the other day. You see that we cleared it out. The only thing that's left, we have 3 jalapeno plants back there in the back. We're just getting the jalapenos off of there. That's holy basil. I harvested it the other day and freeze dried a ton. I'm going to see if it grows back in the next couple of weeks so I can get me one more cutting. If not, I will just cut it all to the bone and then take it out. But I'm going to let it hang on for a couple of weeks. But everything else in the bed has been planted for fall. We just got to put some covers on it. It's a mix of lettuce, broccoli, calendula, cilantro, just a whole bunch of fall crops that we kind of put all together. This is the bed that you and I started. We didn't finish it, but you can see that things still look good. In here, I see I got one little, looks like somebody tried to get in here. But for the most part, they are looking good. Then across here, this bed is completely planted out. Again, we just have to cover it. But we have all the stuff in here. The only thing that has not been done is this side where that big squash is. I'm trying to wait to see if I'm gonna get squash. These leaves are huge. I have flowers, but no squash. It has a couple of more weeks and we're gonna see what happens. But everything else is planted out for the fall. This bed here is planted. We had done this one. You can see that stuff is growing quite nicely already. You see the kale. Everything is sizing up. It's only been in here right at a week. And things are already bigger and better. And then this bed here is planted. These are our carrots. We're just waiting for them to germinate. So all of that is done. Over here, we have these 2 rows planted and covered. As you can see, things are looking good. No issues. You can see that there. And then you can see all the rubbish. We cleared out, or started to clear out, this middle row to open up some space where we can plant. So these were bell peppers in the middle row. They are producing like crazy. We harvested a whole nother basket yesterday, and this now is ready to plant. It just needs to be amended. So I have half of this row and then half of the back row. The back row still has jalapeno peppers. This whole row is bell peppers. This is the row that will come out next. Okay, y'all. So all that could be done in that row got done. I planted every space that was open. And so there's probably, if I had to guess, maybe 10 more spaces in that row. And then we have this whole other row of bell peppers. And then we have half a row left over there. So what's left to plant is, I would say, the equivalent of 2 rows and a bed still left. And I probably have 3 trays of plants left. So I should have enough, because each tray is like 32. So if I have 90 plants left, then there's like 40 spaces in each of those. That's 80, 10. Yeah, I should be really, really like close right on it, which is great. So hopefully once I get back in town, I will be able to plant out the rest of the fall crops and say that I am done for now. So that's what's on the horizon. Plus, oh, y'all, I'm tired. What was I going to say? When I get back in town, I'll plant out the rest of the fall crops. Oh, and then I will be starting my second succession of fall crops. So I will be doing a couple of things that I have not started as of yet that I thought, ooh, I want to add that to the mix. I'll let you know what that is because I've already ordered my seeds. So it's some not new stuff, but new. Like I've done it before, but it's new. We did not start them this time. So I'm going to be doing a second succession of fall seeds of things that I want to do that are new. Sorry. And then also I will be doing a second succession of the things that I know I will want more of, like broccoli and cabbage and things like that. Because once you get the head of broccoli, you only get the side shoots. And so I want to make sure that I have broccoli going. And so, yeah, we'll be started on that. And then we have potatoes to harvest. We have sweet potatoes to harvest. So all of that's coming in the month of October. So the fun is not over yet. And also we have to take off the shade cloth. We were going to do that this past weekend and did not get a chance to. It's just really hard when I travel. I can only do so much, but I'm preaching to the choir. Y'all busy just like me. Y'all working, y'all traveling, y'all doing all the things. So I'm certainly not complaining. I'm just explaining. But that's all I'm going to get done today. And it doesn't feel like much, but it's more than what I had. I'm going back in the house with one tray and a half probably, which is good. I just keep consolidating down, and hopefully when I get back, I'll be able to finish it. But thank you guys so much for joining me today in the garden. I cannot wait to hear what colors you're snagging on the Greenstalk warehouse sale. Let me know what colors you're getting. I'm still got my eye on one more, only because this may be the last time, but I haven't made a decision yet. So y'all tell me what color y'all gonna get or have already gotten. And don't forget to use my code LFF10 for an extra $10 off. Y'all remember, this is all a journey. Let's grow together. I'll see you next time, friend.